All right. Well, let's make sure we're good. And not squeaky. All right. We're good. All right. Oh, okay. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Resales. My name is Ryan. I get stuff from yard sales, garage sales, thrift stores, and other similar venues. Had some good sales. I'm casting on a Tuesday, which means I had something decent happen on Monday, which is good. I've been on a really seemingly decent tear of sourcing over, say, the past week or so. Just it's one of those times where Goodwill's had stuff. So I've had some good. I think everything that I've gotten in the past three things in the past week or two, and one was in the past month. So I've had some pretty good hits, and been listing regularly, which is good. I actually got some more stuff. I've been trying to hit like 5 listings a day, give or take, and it's been showing results. I'm looking at a couple of stacks of things like I can list that, need to list that, need to list that. It's stuff that may not bring big money, but stuff that'll probably sell. So stuff I need to jump on. Anyway, here we go. First up, sale wise, 3 books, 2 books, a Bible, and a car is what we got today. First up, Bibles. This is the Help Finder Bible. New Living Translation. New in slipcover. Completely clean. About the only thing less new about it is it's not wrapped in plastic. So, got this at Goodwill. This went for $17.99. This is one of those things that I talk about when you're looking for Bibles. It's a clean, no markings, sort of a special edition, or has some study features or something, or some sort of features like that make it more help you look things up better or something like that. This is some sort of Help Finder index, like if you've got important questions or something. So anyway, Help Finder Bible, $17.99. All right, and that was one I was getting a lot of watchers, and I had a couple people trying to get it the $10 range or so, but I was patient with it. I figured it would probably sell close to where I had it, so and it did. All right, next up, got this one literally I think this past weekend. Space Wolf Omnibus. This is Warhammer 40K novel trilogy. Okay condition, but I think it must be out of print because it went for $25. So Warhammer 40K is one of those sci-fi series that the books are worth looking up when you see them. There's some that are $2 to $3 books, and there's some that are $20 or $30 books. And unless you're really, really familiar with them, you're not gonna know. So I saw it, I grabbed it, $25. Sci-fi fantasy series are real tricky sometimes. The D&D and role-playing game stuff actually does tend to sell, but you gotta get it at the right price. The Dragonlance books, I don't know that I have any right now. I may have 1 or 2 stashed away. But some of those, the RPG series books do okay. There's some that are valuable. And you gotta line them up, and you gotta know what price to get them at. So, I think those are ones that depending on what mood I'm in, 50 cents to $1. I don't spend more than $1 a piece on them unless they're very particular ones. Maybe if they're in really good condition, but that's pretty rare. Like you would have had to read it once and put it away, and usually those get read a bunch. So anyway, next up, This Present Darkness and Piercing the Darkness by Frankie Peretti. This is a hardcover omnibus of the 2 books. This went for $34. $24.99. Look for these books. If you can get both of these together, that's in like the paperbacks. I've got one down here. I've got Piercing the Darkness. I'm waiting to find This Present Darkness. That's an easy $15 sale. For both of them separate paperback. This is a little bit more of a rare edition. I think I got this past weekend. And this went for $35. So, neat find there. Let's get it out the door. That is almost Christian horror. It's angels and demons and kind of a good spiritual message to it. The story is really exciting. It was really well written. The audiobook, I listened to audiobooks a bunch when I was a kid, and found them really fascinating. And it wasn't awful. So there is a handful of Christian, like blatantly Christian literature that is cringe, sometimes at best. But every now and then somebody gets it right. Andrew Peterson got Wingfeather Saga right. I think Peretti got this right. It's not overly preachy. I mean, it's going to be, but it's not like aggravatingly so, I think, sometimes where it distracts from the story. So, anyway, there's that. It's good stuff. Hello, viewer. Okay. Finally, Cast Iron Restart. Christian horror. Yeah, it kind of is. It's when you got stuff that deals with angels and demons from a Christian perspective, it kind of winds up in Christian horror. It's not going to be gory. It's not going to have some of the elements that horror sometimes does have. But if you do it right, you can kind of get the dark part right. And it's going to be, outside of some of the other horror stuff, like as good as H.P. Lovecraft is, there's no hope in his stories. And what you can get in Christian horror is hope. And so I'm not thoroughly recommending the genre. It's a super sub-niche, and I don't know that people would call it that who are fans of it. I'm not sure what exactly the category they would put it in is. Maybe thriller. But it's the closest thing to Christian horror you're going to get, I guess. And so, but it may not have quite enough of the markers of the genre to quite qualify, but that's why I throw it in. Anyway, and there's a horror in the Bible. Go read, I think it's Ezekiel with the dead guy, bones walking around, stuff. Creepy. Anyway, finally, this is what you've been waiting for. Redline, Porsche 917 pink. Let's get that. Redline Hot Wheels Porsche 917 pink, 1969, with like the sort of the shiny paint job on it. Rolls well. Has all of the glass sort of parts to it. All that sort of bit. For what it's worth, this is in about as good shape as you're going to find used played with for being as old as it is. That hasn't been put away or something. But tripped over this, and this was a really fun find. And that went for $60. And it went for $60 in about 2 days. I think it had a ton of watchers and a ton of hits on it, and I put it up for $75, and I set my offer. I think what happened was I set my low offer for $60. My auto accept. And hey, Kevin, good morning from Lakeland, Florida. And I think I set it to auto accept at $60, and I think that I wonder if somebody didn't start trying to throw offers out until they hit what I had it set at. So I think that's probably what happened here. I had one guy sent me a message saying, what's the lowest we'll take for it? I said, use best offer feature. Because that, from a seller's perspective, having somebody message you with trying to do the negotiations like that, it's a waste. I think it's a waste of time. I get what they're trying to do, but I think it's just aggravating because you got to pull it and you got to retype messages and all that sort of thing. Just use the thing. So, anyway, so that is my 4 sales. And a couple of finds that I'm going to be listing today, I think. This was at the last chance, so it was like $1. So, Florida State, this probably isn't the year to sell this. Florida State onesie. So, for all you unfortunate Florida State fans out there, wish they had a good price. It felt right last year, 2 years ago, when Florida State was actually having a good program. Like, maybe Nebraska and Florida State are coming back. Never mind. Okay. I forgot which anime this was, but this is a hat for anime. Be listed that. I don't think none of these are like high dollar stuff. I have a batch here of Spanish language Bible study books that actually an Old and New Testament commentary. But Spanish language Bible study books, I'm going to be lotting these up. None of these were blow up valuable, so I will be doing them as a lot for like $2 or $3 a piece. Those are at last chance Goodwill for $0.25 a piece. Couple more commentaries. I'll probably lot these up for $10 or $12. This one's going to be interesting. Remember this cover. This one is a classic reprint series, English Positivism. I want to say I've sold something else in this series before, and for a little bit of money. And I'll look this thing up. And this may be a $30 book. So it'll be worth seeing how that goes. It's one of those things that there's hardly any listings on it at all. But from past experience, I got it for a $0.25. Also from past experience, like, we're going to see that one. So I'm going to list it. I'm going to undercut everybody who's got a similar one listed, and we'll see how fast it moves. And that'll be the plan with that one. That's what you do when you run across that sort of situation is you get a book and you're not sure as to its value. It doesn't really have any recent sales, but everybody's got high value on it. Particularly if that value hasn't shown any sales in what eBay will show you the last 90 days or so. Undercut it substantially, and you may actually have something on your hands. You may have something sellable, but you need to undercut the other guys. So, any dang way, that's it for now. Thank you, Kevin and Cast Iron, for jumping on. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. We'll see if I get some more decent sales this week that aren't doing this again.